It's 1 a.m. and I just finished watching the new Tommy Innit video where he talks about YouTube, what it means to become a YouTuber, how everyone's chasing views and only really making posts for the algorithm, and how at the end of the day the big shot YouTubers don't even really know how they got there in the first place. Hearing those words and hearing those types of topics come from a big YouTuber really made me question. It made me feel in a way kind of seen, a little bit heard, and also made me question, as a small YouTuber, as a person who's just starting out, who's hoping, praying and crossing their fingers that this works out and I get some kind of future at this as a fucking middle schooler who is doing jack shit, is this really worth it? Are these nights that I spend writing scripts and editing videos, finding new books to read and topics to discuss, and also hopes and dreams that I keep in my head that if I just try a little harder, if I just stay up for 10 more minutes editing this video, it will turn into something big. I will be something big. And hearing stuff from big YouTubers like Tommy Innit, Dan TBDM, etc., even MatPat, I don't know, big YouTubers talk about it. It's in their own way interesting, and I agree with them, and I don't think what I'm about to say right now diminishes their advice or their words in any way. It's just people who have already gotten to that point. But as a person who hasn't gotten to that point yet, and praise they do, it's my turn to talk. Main question I kept asking myself in the middle of watching this video was, is this really worth it? You can ask so many YouTubers out there, failed or not failed, did you really think that it was worth it in the start? And most of them would say like, no, yes, or maybe somewhere in the middle, God knows at this point. But some just kept going because they wanted to, or because they just held on to that hope, or because they chased after the dream, whilst others might have given up, might have seen that their views weren't doing as good, or they were too driven by the algorithm, or life got too difficult and they decided to stop. And I would understand both views because it depends, of course, on your lifestyle, on your personality, on your everything, really. But with the way that YouTube is now, any new YouTubers, like, including myself, I would consider myself a YouTuber. I don't think I've even hit the 1 year mark of posting like actually well-made videos. And oftentimes new YouTubers like me and I often ask like, is this really worth it? What is the guarantee that this is going to turn into something big? And I'm gonna be honest, there is no guarantee. There is zero guaranteed. I could be doing this for literally no reason. For no reason at all. I could be wasting time, efforts, anything, just for something that's gonna be forgotten or looked back on and thinking that it's embarrassing that I even tried. But when you remember why you started, when you remember that if you just try a little bit harder, if you just try a little bit more, then maybe it will really be worth it. Maybe it will really be worth it. If you just hold on and don't give up, maybe it will be worth it. Because I have hopes, dreams, and shit like that, saying that one day maybe I'll meet the people I look up to, or one day maybe I'll have a job that I'm grateful and enjoying to be doing, and I really fucking hope. But coming back to my point, when the new workplace you work at, which is, YouTube technically, when the game has changed, when the algorithm has changed, when everyone is carefully deciphering how and what and with like what subtitles to make your videos, how to hook you right in the place, it makes pretty big competition, especially since, or at least in English-speaking countries, most of the big shot places have already been taken. Sure, you can, maybe if you're really lucky, you'll get up there with, like, I don't know, KSI, Logan Paul, even some of the, I don't know, gaming YouTubers, like, same Ludwig, whatever. Maybe you will get next to them if you get really lucky. But what kind of chance is there? What chance is there that you get up there from just some silly videos, from something that you, I don't know, just laid in your bed and came up with at 3 a.m.? What makes you think that you're that special? And if I were to ask myself that question, what makes you think you're that special? It's really just delusion. Delusion is honestly, the only thing that like keeps me going is just delusion. Not the only thing, obviously. I'm grateful for, like, I read a comment recently that said that people are like, this one person commented that they were really grateful to me that I review manhwas, and I swear to God, I started fucking tearing up, because it was nice seeing my work being rewarded. It was nice that even as a small creator who I'd say is doing a somewhat niche thing, that I'm fully aware that not everyone likes anime, mangas. I'm fully aware of that, and especially not all people like LGBTQ stuff. And that's fine with me. If you don't like my content, you don't have to watch it. That's alright. But seeing, like, as a small creator, as a person who doesn't have like a big audience, as a person who's not doing this full time and is just trying to push something out, seeing that one comment say, I'm grateful to you for like reviewing manhwas and being a person who can finally review manhwas, it strung something inside of me. It motivates me to go forward, because even if one person likes it, then surely there'll be another person, surely there'll be more and more, and if it's something I also enjoy doing and they enjoy it too, don't I continue doing it until it turns into something big? And I think if we go back to the question, is it worth it? I think if you remember that in mind and you don't strive purely for views, or you have a perfect balance of both, then it is worth it. If you genuinely see yourself doing it, if you find enjoyment in creating videos, content, or even just fucking yapping about some random ass topic like I'm doing right now, then do it. There's no one stopping you. And you never know, you could be big. If you continue doing it, if you remember why you started, if you remember your reasons and remember why you kept going, what made you keep going, then it is worth it. Then it's really fucking worth it. And I'm saying this as a person, like I said, who's holding delusions. I'm trying to trick myself into thinking it's worth it. I don't know if it's worth it yet. I really don't know, because hell, who knows? Maybe in like a year I'll get a bunch of followers and I'll start, I don't know, monetizing, or just... Actually, another point. I hate the fact that... Not I hate, but it's annoying that the algorithm now is also like, if your video gets a bunch of views, then it's successful. It doesn't really matter. The quality of the video doesn't matter. It's the fact that it gets views. You could like drop some slop onto YouTube, and if it gets a lot of views, then you're successful. But that's, I guess, another point. That's another point that's like really questioning, is it really worth it? Or do you have to just post slop nowadays to actually get somewhere? As much as I understand like the amount of children and the amount of like Gen Alpha kids who do need slop, I think that there's still a lot of people, they can decipher the difference between quality content and slop, and would choose quality content over slop. And even if it's not like a majority of people, or you earn just a little less money because of it, I think it's more worth it, because sooner or later you'll stabilize a normal audience that will enjoy the things you create. And coming back, I'm more or less tricking myself into thinking it's worth it. I'm not sure if it is yet. In a year I could, like, I don't know, build a good audience, have successful videos. I don't know, people will like my videos and stuff like that. People already do, and I'm, again, genuinely very grateful. Thank y'all. Love y'all. Or in a year, I could just drop all of this and say, fuck this, I'm not doing this anymore. And I really don't know, because, of course, you know, you don't know the future, you don't know how it's gonna go. But I really hope it's worth it. I think for those few comments that I see people leave, I think for that it's worth it. For the reasons that I've like began this YouTube journey, for the reasons I'm continuing doing these silly yapping sessions, these silly little reviews, I think it's worth it. I hope it is, at least. I think it's worth it. Let's see how I feel about this in a year. But right now, I really hope it's worth it.